The unexpected arrival. The wind howled across the stark white landscape, a relentless symphony of ice and isolation. Rowan Everett adjusted the thermal sensors on the research station's exterior, her breath forming delicate crystals in the frigid Arctic air. At 35, she had long since grown accustomed to the solitude of her environmental monitoring post, where cutting-edge climate research met the harsh realities of planetary change. The station, a marvel of sustainable engineering, stood as a solitary beacon against the endless white horizon. Solar panels and wind turbines hummed quietly, powering sophisticated equipment that tracked the most minute environmental shifts. Rowan's specialty was complex ecosystem modeling, with a focus on understanding the intricate balance of Earth's most vulnerable regions. As she recalibrated the sensors, a strange vibration rippled through the air. It wasn't the typical Arctic wind or the mechanical hum of equipment. This was different, a resonance that seemed to pulse just beyond the range of normal perception. System anomaly detected, the station's AI interface announced in its neutral tone. Unidentified energy signature approaching from northwest quadrant. Rowan frowned. In all her years of research, she had never encountered anything quite like this. The Arctic was known for its unexpected phenomena, but this felt fundamentally different. She pulled up the holographic display, watching as an increasingly complex energy pattern began to take shape. The first visual indication was a shimmer in the air, like heat rising from desert sands, impossible in this frozen landscape. Then came a subtle distortion, a warping of light that suggested something was breaking through the fabric of reality itself. "Maintain observation protocol," Rowan muttered, more to herself than the AI. Her hands moved swiftly across the control panel, activating additional sensor arrays and initiating comprehensive scanning procedures. What emerged was unlike anything in human records. A vessel, if it could be called that, materialized with a soft, almost musical resonance. Its form defied traditional understanding, not solid, not liquid, but something in between. Translucent yet substantial, it seemed to breathe and pulse with an internal rhythm. The communication systems crackled to life, not with traditional radio signals, but with a complex harmonic pattern that seemed to bypass conventional technological barriers. Rowan's linguistic analysis algorithms worked overtime, attempting to decode the intricate message. Unknown entity approaching, the AI confirmed. Biological and technological signatures do not match any known classification. Rowan's scientific training battled with a surge of primal excitement. First contact, a moment researchers had theorized about for generations, but few had ever truly believed would happen. And it was happening to her, here in this remote Arctic research station. The vessel, or entity, began to take a more defined shape. Its exterior seemed to be composed of something that looked like living crystalline structures, constantly shifting and rearranging. No sharp edges, no mechanical components. It was organic, alive in a way that challenged every understanding of technology and biology. A communication burst arrived, not as words, but as a complex emotional and sensory impression. Rowan could almost feel the message: desperation, hope, an urgent need for connection and understanding. They're not here to conquer, she realized suddenly. They're here to communicate. The next few moments would define not just her research, but potentially the entire future of human-alien interaction. And Rowan Everett, with her years of studying complex ecosystems and communication patterns, was about to become the unexpected bridge between two utterly different worlds. Survival's desperate symphony. The crystalline vessel pulsed with an otherworldly luminescence, casting ethereal shadows across the research station's interior. Rowan remained calm, her scientific training overriding the natural human instinct to panic. The entity, whatever it was, seemed more vulnerable than threatening. A series of complex vibrational patterns began to emanate from the vessel. Rowan's specialized linguistic algorithms worked frantically, translating the intricate communication into something resembling comprehensible data. What emerged was not a language in the traditional sense, but a profound ecological distress signal. Ecosystem collapse, the AI translated, struggling to capture the nuanced emotional undertones. Seeking symbiotic restoration. Rowan understood ecological language better than most. The message wasn't just about survival, it was about planetary regeneration. Something had driven these beings from their home world, a catastrophic environmental breakdown that threatened their entire species. The vessel began to transform, its crystalline structure slowly revealing what appeared to be a biological entity. Not quite solid, not quite liquid, a living technology that defied traditional scientific classification. Tendrils of luminescent energy extended towards the station's environmental monitoring systems, creating an intricate network of connection. Mutual survival protocol initiated, the AI announced, its voice taking on an almost reverent tone. Rowan realized they were attempting to share information, not through words, but through complex ecological data. Her years of research into planetary systems suddenly became the most critical skill set imaginable. These beings weren't invaders, they were refugees seeking a collaborative path to survival. The research station's advanced environmental modeling systems began to interface with the alien technology. Complex algorithms danced across holographic displays, revealing interconnected patterns of planetary health, climate dynamics, and ecosystem resilience. "They've experienced total ecosystem failure," Rowan muttered, analyzing the incoming data. "But they're not looking to replace our ecosystem. They're seeking restoration." The alien entity projected memories, not images, but sensory impressions of a dying world. Barren landscapes. Collapsing biospheres. The desperate last attempts of a civilization to understand and reverse their environmental catastrophe. Rowan's hands moved across the control panel, her expertise in complex ecological modeling coming into sharp focus. These beings had traveled across unimaginable distances, carrying the collective knowledge of their entire species. Their survival depended on finding a way to heal, not conquer, but restore. The station's systems began to pulse with a new kind of energy. Environmental data points that had seemed disconnected suddenly revealed intricate relationships. Climate models shifted, showing potential regeneration pathways that human researchers had overlooked. Symbiotic potential detected, the AI reported. 98.7% probability of mutual ecological benefit. Outside, the Arctic landscape seemed to hold its breath. The harsh, unforgiving environment that Rowan had studied for years was about to become the stage for an unprecedented collaboration. The alien entity, still more energy than solid form, began to interface directly with the research station's core systems. It wasn't an invasion. It was an invitation. A desperate, hopeful attempt to find common ground in the universal language of survival. Rowan understood then that this was more than a scientific discovery. This was a moment of planetary significance. Humans and an alien species, united by the fundamental challenge of ecological survival. "Welcome," she said softly, her voice carrying more emotion than she'd expressed in years. "Let's see what we can do together." The research station hummed with possibility, a beacon of hope in the frozen Arctic wilderness. The Resonance Protocol. The integration of alien technology with the research station systems progressed in ways that defied conventional scientific understanding. What had begun as a potential first contact had transformed into a complex dance of technological and biological symbiosis. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, the lead communications specialist from the Global Ecological Response Team, arrived via specialized Arctic transport. Her arrival marked a critical moment in humanity's potential first sustained alien interaction. Unlike typical military or diplomatic approaches, this was a purely scientific mission. "The Resonance Protocol is unlike anything we've ever seen," Elena explained to the global research team during a secure video conference. Her holographic projection flickered slightly, betraying the immense technological strain of communicating about this unprecedented encounter. The alien entity, now partially materialized within the research station, seemed to respond to human presence with a curious, almost empathetic energy. It wasn't just communicating, it was learning, adapting, creating a bridge between two fundamentally different forms of intelligence. Rowan discovered that the communication wasn't linear. It was more like a multidimensional ecosystem of information, where every piece of data was interconnected. The alien technology could process complex environmental models in seconds, revealing patterns that would have taken human researchers decades to understand. It's not just sharing information, Rowan told Elena during a late-night analysis session. It's teaching us how to see our own planet differently. The resonance protocol revealed itself as more than a communication method. It was a holistic approach to understanding planetary systems. The alien entity showed them how ecosystems weren't just collections of individual organisms, but living, breathing networks of interconnected life. Sophisticated algorithms began to emerge, showing potential solutions to some of Earth's most challenging environmental problems. Climate change mitigation strategies that had seemed impossible suddenly became viable. Restoration techniques for damaged ecosystems were transmitted through complex vibrational patterns that bridged biological and technological understanding. But the process wasn't without challenges. The alien technology pushed the limits of human comprehension. Some research team members experienced intense migraines, while others reported profound sensory experiences that bordered on spiritual revelations. "We're not just receiving information," Dr. Rodriguez noted in her confidential report. "We're undergoing a fundamental transformation of our understanding of intelligence and ecological interaction." The Arctic Research Station became ground zero for what could only be described as an evolutionary leap in human-alien communication. The crystalline entity continued to interface with the station's systems, its energy patterns becoming more stable, more integrated with human technology. Unexpected connections began to emerge. The alien technology showed remarkable similarities to Earth's most complex natural systems, neural networks that mimicked the intricate communication of forest ecosystems, data transfer methods that resembled the chemical exchanges between plant roots. "They're not just sharing knowledge," Rowan realized during a breakthrough moment. "They're showing us how to listen to our planet in a way we've never understood before." Global scientific communities watched with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. This was more than first contact. This was a potential revolution in human understanding of intelligence, communication, and ecological survival. As the Arctic night descended, the research station became a beacon of hope, a place where the impossible was becoming possible, where the boundaries between human and alien, technology and nature, were blurring into something entirely new. The resonance protocol continued, a complex symphony of information, hope, and unprecedented potential. Planetary convergence. The global implications of the Arctic Research Station's discovery began to ripple across human civilization. What had started as a localized scientific encounter was rapidly transforming into a watershed moment for human understanding. Satellite networks buzzed with encrypted communications. Research facilities around the world began preparing for potential similar encounters. The alien entity, now understood to be a collective intelligence rather than a singular being, had demonstrated capabilities that challenged every previous concept of extraterrestrial contact. Dr. Elena Rodriguez found herself at the center of an unprecedented international collaboration. Governments, scientific institutions, and ecological research centers worked together in ways previously thought impossible. The Alien Resonance Protocol had done more than communicate scientific data, it had created a framework for global unity. "This isn't just about survival," Elena explained during a United Nations special session. "This is about reimagining our relationship with our planet and potentially with life beyond Earth." The Arctic Research Station became a proving ground for a new kind of technological and ecological integration. The alien entity's communication methods revealed complex solutions to problems that had seemed insurmountable. Climate change mitigation strategies emerged that could potentially reverse decades of environmental damage. Rowan Everett continued to be the primary interface, her deep understanding of ecological systems proving crucial. The alien technology seemed to resonate with her specific approach to environmental research, holistic, interconnected, looking beyond traditional boundaries. Unexpected developments began to emerge. The Resonance Protocol wasn't just sharing information, it was actively helping humans develop new technologies. Advanced ecological restoration techniques, clean energy solutions, and complex environmental modeling capabilities seemed to materialize almost spontaneously. "It's like they're teaching us how to see," Rowan told her research team. "Not just observe, but truly understand the complex systems of our planet." Global communication networks began to shift. The alien entity's approach to information transfer challenged traditional technological paradigms. Data became more fluid, more interconnected, breaking down the rigid barriers between different scientific disciplines. But challenges remained. Not everyone welcomed this unprecedented interaction. Political factions, religious groups, and technological skeptics raised concerns about the potential risks of alien technology. The fear of the unknown battled with the promise of unprecedented scientific advancement. Military and government intelligence agencies worked overtime to understand the full implications of the encounter. Was this a benevolent scientific exchange or something more complex? The alien entity's motivations remained partially mysterious, despite the extensive communication protocols. The Arctic Research Station became a symbol of hope and potential. It represented a moment of planetary transformation, a bridge between human limitation and extraordinary possibility. As global tensions began to shift, one thing became clear: nothing would remain the same. The encounter was forcing humanity to reimagine its place in the universe, to look beyond narrow definitions of intelligence, technology, and ecological survival. Rowan stood at the large observation window, watching the Arctic landscape that had become the birthplace of this extraordinary encounter. The crystalline alien entity pulsed with a soft, rhythmic energy, a beacon of possibility against the endless white horizon. "We're not just receiving information," she whispered to herself. "We're being invited to become something more." The planetary convergence had begun. Harmony's horizon. The transformation was gradual, yet profound. Months of interaction with the alien entity had fundamentally reshaped human understanding of ecological systems, technological innovation, and collective potential. Rowan Everett stood before the Global Ecological Restoration Conference, her presentation representing a culmination of humanity's most extraordinary journey. The crystalline entity, now understood as a collective intelligence called the Resonance, hovered nearby, its energy patterns synchronized with the conference's advanced holographic systems. "We are not just survivors," Rowan began, her voice steady and filled with conviction. "We are collaborators in a universal ecosystem of knowledge and restoration." The Resonance had brought more than technological solutions. It had introduced humanity to a new way of perceiving existence, as an interconnected, living network that transcended traditional boundaries of species, technology, and planetary limitations. Ecological restoration projects flourished globally. Deserts began to bloom. Damaged marine ecosystems showed unprecedented recovery. Climate change mitigation strategies that had seemed impossible now became routine. The alien technology worked in harmony with human innovation, creating solutions that neither could have developed alone. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, now leading the Interspecies Ecological Collaboration Initiative, explained the profound shift. "This isn't about conquering or being conquered. It's about understanding." The Resonance showed us that survival is a collaborative process. The Arctic Research Station had become a global symbol of hope. What had begun as a chance encounter in one of Earth's most isolated regions had transformed human civilization's approach to survival, technology, and collective potential. Global communication networks had been redesigned using principles learned from the Resonance. Information flow became more fluid, more empathetic. Scientific disciplines that were once siloed now worked in unprecedented harmony. "We discovered that intelligence isn't about individual achievement," Rowan explained during her presentation. It's about collective understanding and mutual growth. The resonance had not come to replace human technology but to help humanity recognize its own potential. Complex environmental modeling, clean energy solutions, and ecological restoration techniques emerged from this collaborative approach. Educational systems were revolutionized. Children now learned about planetary interconnectedness as a fundamental principle, understanding ecosystems as living, breathing networks rather than static systems. Political boundaries began to blur as nations recognized the futility of isolated thinking. The global challenges of ecological survival demanded collaborative approaches that transcended traditional human divisions. "We are not alone," Rowan told the conference, her words broadcast globally. But more importantly, we were never truly alone. We just needed to learn how to listen. The resonance continued to interface with human systems, a gentle, guiding presence that represented possibility rather than threat. It had traveled across unimaginable distances, not to conquer, but to connect. As the conference concluded, Rowan looked out over the audience, scientists, political leaders, educators, and representatives from every corner of the globe. The crystalline entity pulsed softly nearby, a living testament to the power of understanding. Humanity had been offered a choice, to fear the unknown or to embrace a broader vision of existence. And they had chosen collaboration, growth, and hope. The horizon of human potential had expanded infinitely.